And there he is.
What's up, everyone?
Everybody.
What's up, man?
How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I'm good. I'm looking for a USB from over the weekend that I can't find that has a lot of my music. And
hey, take your time. We're good.
I might have your hoodie, and you might have mine. I think we.
I do. I was like, let me get in character. Atlanta United gear.
So,
how's everybody doing?
Good, man. Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely.
No, thank you for having me. Pleasure and an honor.
I guess because we were talking, we were kind of going back and forth in the background a little bit, but so I guess tell everybody how you go by, what you go by, and your name if you want to.
So my name is Eumir.
Okay.
It comes from a Brazilian artist named Eumir Deodato, but everybody calls me EU because that was like really my nickname growing up. The only time I would hear my full name is if I was in trouble. You know,
yeah, well,
kind of like Latin parents and stuff, but like everybody really calls me EU or EU in Spanish. So yeah, either that works. However you guys want to call me.
Cool.
Works out.
All right. So, look, man, by all means, you find that USB drive. Like, you ain't bothering us at all.
It's just I kind of started while I was listening to the show, but I just stopped.
That's
just like took some stuff off that I needed to put back in before I forgot it. Like my Atlanta United badge, I always keep it in my bag.
Yeah.
Because I don't know in which car I'm gonna go or if I'm gonna take the MARTA, and then I show up to work and I don't have my badge.
Yeah.
So I always put it in a place that I know it's always gonna be there.
So I saw a video earlier. Is that the studio right there? Because I saw your video that you made.
Yeah, home studio. So that's the background, you guys. That's my kitchen too. The background that I recorded, but then I go ahead and move that. That has like slides, and I kind of put it there. Those are like some collection of vinyls from my parents to my current stuff, which is mostly Latin. I'm trying to cool thing I connected. I've had toys, Atlanta United stuff, my books. Okay. The suitcase that I usually put away and then just have to put it out. Let's see, some more junk. But yeah, this is where I do a lot of this stuff here.
Very nice.
And then this is actually my view most of the time.
Sweet.
Yeah, guitars, speakers. Yeah. Well, I got you guys on the iPad, so it kind of worked out. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So how did you just talk a little bit about your background? How did you get into DJing, and how did you get involved ultimately with Atlanta United?
I've been DJing since 2008. I kind of started in college, doing the home, like the homies. We all gather up. We did the school parties, and it wasn't really DJing. I was just creating playlists, and people were like, "Yo, you're kind of like dope at this," and kind of got into it and pursued it. Quit school to pursue really this. Just a very, very short story. There's a podcast that I recently did with some homies, and we really went in depth as far as like a timeline. So I could send you guys the link, and you guys could share it.
Yeah, definitely.
With Atlanta United, I always wanted to DJ for an Atlanta team, and in Puerto Rico, we really are not big into NFL, or at least when I was growing up. Now it is. So to me, it blew my mind how obsessive people were with college football here in the United States, or at least in Georgia. I was like, it's just college. Like, I didn't get it, man. Like, every time I would get tickets for a game, I would make so much money selling them. So it was just awesome. Then the Hawks, I knew the DJ at the Hawks, and then I also knew the DJs at the Falcons. Braves really didn't have a DJ when all this was going on, which was Turner Field. And then my boy Danny M used to do a few other games. So I was like, I'm not going to step on any of the homies' toes, try to take a gig away. But when the team announced, I was like, this is my sport. Yeah, I've been a fan of the sport since like 96, 94, around there. Played FIFA on Super Nintendo, watched numerous World Cups. So, if I felt a connection, not only that, also because of my style of music background, I just knew I was going to be able to connect with the players, fans, and everything, being a very, very diverse crowd. And we announced the team in, 15? I want to say?
14, 15.
14. Yeah, 14, 15. When was the year that we did the tabernacle that we introduced Tito in the kit?
I think it was
16?
2016, yeah.
Yeah. So I went to that because I was a founding member. And that's when I was like, no, I need to. Because whoever was DJing and playing the music, I just felt like, no disrespect to them, but there was no connection, really. Like, it just didn't feel like it really was in there. So I started tweeting for a whole year. Like, hey, I want to, almost every day, I want to be your DJ. In Spanish, English, Portuguese.
Yeah, man, Ariel.
And I kind of let every friend that I knew that worked in like market agencies or marketing agencies that might know somebody in Atlanta United. I was like, hey, do you know anybody? If you do, let them know that I want to be the DJ. Just interview. They're like, oh man, you'll be perfect for it. The tweeting didn't work. I think they just thought I was like some crazy guy, which honestly I would have. Like, I thought they would have blocked me, you know? Like, every week, at least 5 tweets went out. And retweeted by the whole city. And then literally maybe a month before our first home opener, Kelsey, which used to work at live operations with Falcons and obviously transferred to United. So live operations, so you guys know, are the people that really run the in-game production. So the tunnel, right? The crew that breaks it down.
Yeah.
We have a big team, so shout out to live operations. Part of the team handles the away team. Part of our team handles the home game, the home team, like as far as like getting balls for the away teams, water. Somebody's assigned to the refs. So it's a full live team that, I guess, production team. Anyway, she was like the boss at the moment before she moved to LA. And she asked a friend or somebody that worked, is like, hey, do you know a DJ? And that person asked one of my friends. And it's like, bro, I got the perfect guy, blah, blah, blah. So this was February 13th, I remember till this day, 2017.
Yeah.
It was a Saturday. I finished DJing at the club, and my boy goes like, hey, you're going to receive an email from Atlanta United on Monday. I was like, no fucking way. I'm not sure if we could curse on this side.
You're good, man. Right. Yeah. It's okay.
No way. And sorry to the little Atlanta United fans. I'll try to keep this clean. So we were leaving to Cuba that Sunday, and it was like Christmas gift for my wife at the moment. My wife, and Valentine's. So like I kind of made it a whole thing, mini vacation. I had no signal in Cuba, so I wasn't gonna be on my phone, zero work stuff. As soon as they tell me it's like, come back. We're like, we land to Fort Lauderdale, and once we get on the plane to Cuba, I kind of break the news to him. I was like, so, like, we're already on the plane. Like, tomorrow. It's like, I gotta kind of check my email just in case this email comes through. She understood, but she was upset at the same time. Sure enough, as soon as we wake up, I'm like, every hour, check my email. I got the email. I wrote to her. It's like, hey, yes, I would love to talk, do it, or talk. And but I'm in Cuba right now. When it's a good, like when I get back, it's like, oh yeah, we could do it Friday. Like we came back on Wednesday or something like that. A $500 roaming bill came later after too as well.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, but it was straight. It was worth it. So they, I got the gig, but then right like a week before the first match, the home opener, they tell me, hey, so America's Families Insurance, which is our sponsor, hired directly another DJ, and it was Outcast. I cannot think his name. Like, if we were having this conversation, I'll drop his name immediately, but right now it always happens. And he's done stuff with the Falcons, so there was like that, it was okay, he's done stuff with it, but he did what he knows how to do, which was probably play a lot of hip hop, and it didn't really mesh with what was going on. And even during the game, I was enjoying the game, but I was listening. I was like, okay, let me learn. So when it's my turn, I could, there was no like sort of like international, not even Latin, like just like nothing, not even Despacito, like, which was one of the biggest records at the moment. Like, and I just felt like, okay, there's a disconnect. Mind you, Jamil Assad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I found it.
A little surprised for you, Tommy pulled it up.
But see, that was March 6th. And no, so I already maybe had the conversation and I still kept tweeting, but you could go as back and further back. But yeah, there's a lot of those.
Yeah. If you're listening to the podcast, that was just a tweet where he's tweeting.
It was from 2017. Damn, that's some good searching engine. I don't think I'll be able to.
Tommy. All Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy got that Twitter flu over here.
So nothing. I sent them an email and kind of was like, hey, I'm not sure if I'm overstepping, but I just feel like, this was missing. And they're like, oh, no, not at all. Like, the more input we get, because a lot of the people that first worked the first, second, third game really came from the Falcons. So they have a different background and culture as far as like the in-game experience. So we started hiring people that came from DC United, and then we started getting like our own kind of like team for Atlanta United, you could say. Anyways, long story short, second home game came in, I did my thing, and ever since I've been the DJ. Right, and over the years, it's just been like, you're the DJ. That was it. They would like even ask me like, hey, can you DJ this match? I was like, hey, don't worry, I could DJ the whole season. I have it in the calendar already. You don't have to ask me.
Yeah. Go ahead and slot me in now.
Yeah. And then 7 seasons still doing it, and I got more responsibilities as the seasons go as well. Just I guess showing what I could really do, not just like, play the music, my knowledge into like production, even marketing stuff, and the relationships that I built with the players over the years as well, right?
Yeah, that's we want to talk about all that. That's all.
Yeah.
You're reading my mind. Didn't send you these questions beforehand, but this is all perfect.
No, so and 2000. This is like the biggest, like the most I've had. Where every match game, there's a home game. We have a Zoom meeting like with the production team as far as like music and stuff that I already knew, but seeing like being more involved, I'm even learning little things and stuff like that, and just getting my input and being heard a little bit more. It's awesome too, right? Because before I would just channel it to other people, and other people would suggest it, but it's just been the dream job, honestly, best gig. And I've traveled the world DJing, blessed to say that, but it's just so awesome, man. Like, it's just the response, and I'm the DJ for an MLS champion team, right? Like, it's just not a lot of people get to say that.
And it's the perfect crowd too, right? Like, there's nothing
Best
like
fans,
nothing like it, man. It's awesome.
No, that's why I tell people I DJ for the best fans in the world.
Yeah.
What is it like? And they're like, I just DJ for the best fans in the world.
Yeah.
And they're like, would you ever? I was like, man, if I ever quit DJing nightclubs, I still would do Atlanta United.
Yeah.
Until I get to retire a jersey or something. Like that. Well, I kind of went a lot, so you guys keep asking.
No, man, that's actually a really cool story. I had no idea. So, like, for all the kids out there listening, don't give up. You'll get your dream job.
Like, if you want something and it's for you, it'll come through. If it's not for you, like, something else will come. I always said that things in life happen for a reason. It might not happen when you want it, and if it didn't, it's because it wasn't your moment, right? Like, you may not have been ready. So it even comes down to, like, there's a DJ competition called Rebel 3 Style. It used to be a big DJ competition across the world. And I did it in 2011, and I thought I should have won it, but I didn't. And I won it. I went back in 2013, and I won it. But I understood that in 2011, I wasn't mature enough to understand the responsibility or like to keep kind of like going with it. So I was like, once I won it, I was like, okay, I understand now what it means to like why I won it and all that.
Yeah.
So it's
it's
very like you said, don't give up.
yeah. I mean that is a really cool story. Again, I had no idea. I don't know how many people knew that, but that's hilarious about the tweets though.
Every year, like for a whole year, literally. Sometimes I would just wake up. Oh shit, I forgot to like tweet. Just go back to sleep.
So,
but it didn't work though. That wasn't really the reason why I got hired.
Hey, but you was in somebody's ear though, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So you talking about kind of how over the years you've kind of gotten more responsibility and everything. It seemed to, now correct me if I'm wrong, but it seemed to kind of culminate a lot with that laser show that they did at AmFam Cup. So how much did you have a hand in all that and that whole production?
So the laser show, all the music production was mine. Like I did it. Not a lot of original tracks, but like all the mashups. Like there was the Zombie Nation trap remix, but it had hooks from Atlanta anthem songs.
Yeah.
I spent, I want to say a good week working on that. Like pretty much almost like 5 hours, 6 hours a day.
Yeah.
So how it happened is like, hey, we're doing this laser show for MFam Cup. Do you think you could? Like I always kind of like, hey, I could do this, and they kind of like were like, well, do you think you could do it? I was like, yeah, let's. I got the call on Wednesday or Thursday. I want to say maybe January, like even before Block Party or anything like that. So or kit launch, obviously. I think we had like 3 weeks to get everything done, or a month to get everything done. So kit launch was like, I think the 15th, if I'm not mistaken, or Wednesday 15th, around there.
That sounds right. That sounds
right. I could pull a calendar if we really want to get to the date. But it was a whole, I'm going to pull the calendar just in case I get facts checked real quick.
Look, I don't think anybody's going to be fact checking.
No. So it was the 15th, so literally a month. So a Thursday they called me, and we hang up. So I make the notes of what they want, and I was just like, I was like, okay, cool. Kind of finished the call, and I started working on it. And the first night, I sent them a rough draft. I was like, hey, what do you think of this? And they were like, holy shit, like, this is amazing. And then they started like, mind you, there was like probably like 8 different people that needed to approve it, like, or give their input. And I would just get small feedback. And then also waiting on goal calls. Like I'm not sure if you guys heard our first goal, which was the Jamil Assad goal. And then like when we won the championship. So waiting on those things.
Touch.
Yeah. I heard it once it was completely mixed and mastered and done and resent to me. I got chills. Like I was like, I got it sent like at 3 a.m. I was sleeping in the nightclub, and I lived like 15 minutes away from where I was working. I heard that thing like 3-4 times, just like, and I got chills when I heard it, and I could just visualize it. So I sent the first draft, and then I went to the stadium to put some final touches and also give my input on certain tracks, and they're like, okay, yeah, that works. And then I was also part of the creative of the visual part, like the part that Archie goes, DJ EU, are we ready? Atlanta, are we ready? Like I wanted to tribute him, so I was like, hey, let's get like a mouth with a grill into like the whole. But a lot of the first initial call, like from the upper management, they already kind of had an idea what they wanted. It was just me of like putting this vision that they had together and just kind of like, and our creatives did a lot of the artwork. So it was a good process. And then they hired a company to do all the laser programming and stuff. So that was like the first project of this year, you could say so.
So more to come, maybe.
Hopefully, yeah. So right now, like my big focus is really playing for the players and getting them hype. To the point that I was like, okay, guys, like, what are the new songs? And like anything in soccer is very superstitious. Like, we don't want like keep the same songs. It's working. We're winning. Let's not change anything. I was like, all right. I was like, I'm gonna change a few things, but you guys are not gonna notice. But it's just one of those things. But right now, that's the only focus. Obviously, I had at Block Party, I helped book the DJs that played with alongside me. Like every year, I try to invite DJs from Atlanta, obviously, that I know they're killing it, that are dope, that are fans as well. Not just like, oh yeah, I want to play for Atlanta. Like I want to play the Block Party because it's cool. No, they're fans of the team. They follow the team, and also not try to repeat it. Like give an opportunity every year to like New Year. So this year, I kind of suggested some DJs with our marketing department. Shout out to Sydney, and she approved the ones that I really suggested. Even the performing act, Roscoe Dash, which I thought was kind of fire. Obviously, everything really Atlanta. Over the last 2 years ago, they allowed me to select the Golden Spike Hitter for Hispanic Heritage Month, which was Jetty D, a Venezuelan artist, Grammy-nominated artist. So every year I try to help with that. It's just a matter of getting artists locked in. So kind of like help a little bit with marketing and obviously the music side. But as you guys can see, this year is the first year that I'm inside the stadium permanently. We call it the Ball. And I'm actually DJing every match, where previous years it was like one game here, one game there, a few games here, a few games there. And it was also about just locking in sponsors to be able to pay for my DJ setup, like the rig, the A. And obviously last year we pushed it, that we were able to get enough content to sell it, and it worked out. I think it's awesome. It's working out.
That booth is pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Pretty awesome.
And you know what's funny? Like this year I'm up there, right? But because I'm doing so much, I don't get to see the games as much as I used to.
Yeah.
Before I was in the little corner where the players will warm up. Like I would do front porch, players welcome. I would greet actually the supporter march, and then that was done. And then shout out to DJ Q Storm, which was the in-house DJ up top in the booth that nobody sees. Shout out to DJ Mike Keefe, which is our DJ, in-house DJ so when I'm not DJing, he's the one playing the music.
Okay.
So before I would just like, hey, the players want these songs, these are the songs. And I would like prep a lot of the work and just hand it over, where this time I'm prepping it, but I'm actually doing it live a lot more, all the matches. So I'm still doing front porch, which is one of my favorite parts. I have this tradition that I have different handshakes now with each player, which is for good luck. Like Andrew and I, like Gutman, the first match that he scored, we did a pound. And then the next game he tried it. I was like, no, let's keep the pound going. And that's just the thing. We don't say hi no other way except the pound.
That's right.
Like certain handshakes. And then the kids that really show up for that, like it's, man, once you see one of the players stop and just acknowledge them, or even not even sign, just acknowledge them, give them a high five, like their face lights up, and it's awesome.
That's awesome. It's a fun fact. Gutman, it's funny you brought up Gutman because he was on the show too a month and a half ago. Yeah. So,
yeah, right before the season started, right during preseason.
Yeah, it's when they were in Mexico.
Yeah, I saw that. Didn't catch it. I gotta watch the replay. He's the homie, man. He's such
a good guy.
Man, so little did I know, like we had signed him and then we loaned him, I think is what happened.
Up the Red Bulls, yeah.
And I was like, why did we do that? Like, oh my God. Like last year to me, he made a lot of a difference. Him and Lennon,
Yeah.
And then once Purata kind of like got into like the chemistry with the team, it was good to see that. Like there's certain players that you were like, oh man, I'm so happy and appreciate it.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Seems like there's a lot more personalities around this year.
So obviously I have a relationship with them, and I have a relationship with older players, but the chemistry that I feel amongst all of them and talking and being around them, it gives you 2018 vibes again. And I feel it. And it's not like, not saying that we're not going to win the MLS Cup, but we are. But it's just that energy, like that energy amongst all of them is just amazing. They're happy. They're just happy, man. Like, and I love it. I love it.
And it's funny you bring that up because that's something that we've talked about on here. Like, you know, I go down in the locker room. Me and Sydney usually go down in the locker room after the fact, and we're, you know, of course it's like interviews. You know, it's from a journalistic standpoint.
Yeah.
But I'm also of the mindset that like not everything has to be, you know, Walter Cronkite news from like the 70s where you like make it fun, make it enjoyable.
Yeah.
And
personable.
Yeah.
Personable.
And the personalities you're seeing down there, Derek Etienne, hilarious. Andrew Gutman, just super cool. Parata, he came at the training ground. He did his interview in English, which I thought was awesome. But everybody, you know, Araujo's, that dude's always laughing, joking around about something.
Yeah.
And so the vibe just seems so different. Like
That's
they
funny.
seem happy.
Araujo to me is like the most serious ones right now. Like just like he has this like, I think it's something, he has a chip in his shoulder that he wants to like, it's just his focus and his mentality. Like I want to destroy everything. And but yeah, man, the energy between the boys is amazing, and I love it, and I want to keep it. I wanted them to keep going because no matter what, if they're having fun, right? That's really what their end goal was, to become professional soccer players, get paid to do what you love. Like, and like you said, Etienne tweeted like, hey, I need a barber. And I was like, hey, like hit up Christian Bite, which cuts my hair and every other player's barber. And he ended up going, right? But I didn't know about it until like I went and got a haircut. And, oh yeah, he came. And I saw him. I was like, yo, that like the first time we met, I was like, that's a fresh fade. I think you owe me a cut because of the recommendation. He started laughing. Like that was our first interaction.
Yeah.
And it's funny, every time we sign a new player, right? I obviously like, I want everybody to know that I'm a United fan first, and then I'm the DJ for the team. Like I bought season tickets before I got the gig. Like I'm a fan. Like when we have influencers or artists that like we give them jerseys as a gift, they're like, what number should we put on? It's like 17 because that's the fans number. That's the number. There's a history. Like when I give them the jersey, they're going to look at the 17 and I'm going to explain it to them. And when I explain it to them, they're going to feel they're part of the history of the team. So I'm not just like, oh yeah, here you go, man. Yeah, I'm DJ EU, the cool. No, like, it's like, here's the history behind all of this, right? Yeah. And that's why, like, I even wear a 17 because I'm part of you guys, not just the DJ. So with the players, I hit them following. I don't even write, and they follow me back, right, immediately because they either find out by somebody in the organization, and I just like, hey man, I'm the team DJ. I was like, send me your tracks whenever you get a chance. It's like I'll keep them in rotation for your warm. It's like, oh man, I heard so much about you. You're like the man, like blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm just kidding. I'm the DJ. Just play your songs. Just win or something. Play well.
Please just win.
Yeah. So it's really dope, man. But the energy, like it's just, and I'll say, like, Joseph to me was my brother, and he still is. Like we talk almost every week, and I was like, every fan was hurt though, like that he left. Some were happy, some weren't. I just thought he was part of, like, you know, the legacy of the team, right? Yeah, there you go. I was sad, but then I read Felipe's interview, how the coach wanted him that bad, right? And then I read another interview about him being happy there, and then I spoke to him. I asked him everything. He's like, "Yeah, I'm really happy," and that's when I was able to get over that. Like, it felt like I was an ex-girlfriend that couldn't get over that he broke up with me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was happy where he was, I was happy for him. But then when I saw the team was happy, and unfortunately, we move on and everything.
Yeah.
It's like I'm happy for our team as well, right? Like it's just a whole little happy bubble. So it took me a minute, but like it seemed them that happy. I just understood maybe that there wasn't a chemistry just because maybe 1, 2, or whatever players, just there was something off. And till this day I couldn't know. I don't know. Sometimes like the boys tell me too much and I prefer they didn't. I just, but I'm a friend. I'm just there to listen to them. And I just like Joseph sometimes like, hey, just call and talk to somebody and fix this. But everybody has their own personality, right?
Well, it's kind of goes back to what you were talking about before, because, Lord knows we've talked about Joseph. Everybody's talked about Joseph. Yeah. That's just part of it, right? I mean, the dude's an Atlanta United legend. It's not going to change. No. But sometimes things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
And that time was over at Atlanta right now. So I think everybody misses Joseph for sure. That's part of it. That's also the sport of soccer. You can't keep keep folks around forever, unfortunately.
Bro, end this season, like once the season ends, is this one of the saddest 2 months that happens, because you become so close with these guys. Next thing you know, MLS Super Draft what is it? The draft that a new team, what is it?
Expansion draft.
The expansion
draft.
Yep.
And then like, damn, like your friend that became almost family, like kind of like as far away. You still keep that friendship, but you didn't want that, right?
Right.
Like
it's like being in high school, I'm moving away.
Like till this day, I'm good friends with Jamil Assad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was like the first player that I interacted the first season with, like via social medias. And he's the one that introduced me to the rest of the team.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So, till this day, I still talk to Miguel.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. I have an invitation to go and watch him play in Newcastle. Like,
oh man,
nice.
Yeah.
You can see.
I think
you can see Darren as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm getting like, if Miguel doesn't give me good tickets, I'm hitting up Darren. I'm like, yo, it's like your karaoke DJ's here. What's up?
Right.
Like, can I sit in your suite, the presidential suite?
Yeah.
But yeah, Leandro, Barco, I don't talk much, but I still stay in touch. Greg, when he just got moved back to Atlanta, like we'll have lunch every other month. Like I'm telling you, like these guys have become really good friends. Nagby, whenever I see something about his kids, like I just interact. And it's just you become, they don't, like I just don't show them it's like, oh, there's an interest or anything. Like, no, I'm your DJ, like I'm here for you. I want the same. And there's, I guess, a respect.
Yeah. Because they, like you were talking about the superstitions and all, but they take that music seriously. Soccer teams in general, especially heavily Hispanic soccer teams, take that kind of stuff seriously. And after a win, man, they are blasting that music down there in that locker room, and it's just a vibe. It's cool that they've got the connection with you.
I forgot who they told me that's in charge of the playlist in the locker room.
I know last year I think it was Alan Franco. I think
it was Alan Franco, and then this year I forgot. They told me who it was, and I was like, okay, send me the Spotify play, because it's like everybody puts in an input.
Okay,
right. Yeah. So it's what they really want to hear, but it's mostly Latin driven for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like Miles Robinson loves reggaeton. Like so let me put it like,
go Miles.
As much as he loves little like Future, Little Baby, he loves Bad Bunny and all of that. So it's pretty cool to see.
So speaking of Bad Bunny, I'm trying to go because we've had a lot of comments over here, but Ariel had a question. Are there any certain restrictions on what you can play at the stadium? because every time you play Bad Bunny, you get the place rocking. So
it's a family environment. So
Right.
there is songs like even if it's clean, the references are dirty.
yeah,
So with Bad Bunny, right? And in Bad Bunny in general, like the song could say clean, but there's certain words in Puerto Rican slang that are bad for us,
mhm.
but then they're not for the Mexican culture, but they're still bad for the Colombian culture. So if I don't play a particular song, it's just because I haven't had time to like edit it completely, make it squeaky clean, like what I call it squeaky clean, where I actually make it like Atlanta United friendly. But there was a song that I remember I almost played and I edited it, and all you hear the whole song was like every 5 seconds, or like I used a reverse effect,
Yeah.
and I was like, so 3/4 of the song is gone. So that's really only restrictions, and then luckily fans get to do the surveys, and certain fans are very specific on what they want, and there's we look at demographic charts of like the age but that really applies more for me on halftime versus player warm-ups, because I'm really like that's why on that Facebook group I kind of went in and explained, because I feel like a few of the fans were attacking what I did without really knowing exactly all of what I did, and I didn't want them to end up hating me. I wanted them to enjoy what I do, especially that I've been like working hard 7 seasons to get to where I'm at the moment, right? Inside the stadium,
definitely
jamming out with you guys. So as long as I do player warm-ups, and if I'm still DJing while player warm-ups are ending and we're not really focusing on the players, and we start focusing, like I have an earpiece that I'm getting talked on like directions. So like a lot of the fans are coming as like they're like EU. And I'm like, you're talking to me, but I'm not hearing anything you're saying, because I have my DJ headphones. I have an in-ear piece that I'm hearing certain things. There's things that I do hear. So I apologize to the fans. I know I just acknowledge you and wave you, and if you said something, I'm really sorry that I didn't hear it. So I'll get a cue like, okay, we're done really with player warm-ups. Start playing music for kids or for the fans. So you'll start seeing that the Halo board, the images, will start focusing on the fans. And then I transition my music to more, see if we could get the fans to interact kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot, like
science behind it.
I could football, Atlanta, like soccer, Atlanta United is super easy compared to a Hawks or even a Falcons game. Like I see the script of my fellow coworkers, and I was like, "Whoo, man!" I was like, you got to be on point. Like you're not like where me. I'm more DJing, like really doing what I do in all of the environments, and it's really getting the crowd and the fans hyped, right? But as far as like restrictions, no, like a lot of like most of the requests from the players it's not your typical top 40. It's very international music, right?
Yeah.
Like Cedric's song is Free from Desire. Like that's his jam, right?
Who is that?
Like,
Which one is that?
Cedric.
Is it
Huh?
Which player?
Cedric.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
How do you guys say it?
Sadich.
No, Cedric. Yeah.
It's the D
I almost
and the J
wanted
are
to.
out
I almost
of
wanted to
order.
say it in Spanish, Cedric.
Yeah, well, that's what a lot of us have said multiple times. So Tommy.
So his song is Free from Desire. Let me see what else. Something like that I could probably. Sorry, I'm like opening my.
Are you good?
So I could share this with you guys.
Were you the one that was putting, or was it the players when they were doing the road games last year? They would put together a playlist. They would post it on Spotify.
So I did one for them because they couldn't get the players to do it on time, and then the players actually started doing it with me with social media.
Okay.
Team, and it's dope because I was like, great, now I could pull from this, and that's what I've been doing. Like, for example, Araujo has a Brazilian song called Zona de Perigo, and it's almost like a Brazilian bachata, which I've never heard. Ozzy got once I Know You Want Me by Pitbull. Etienne wants Young Thug Ski, which is like a little dance. Juan Purata wanted Air Force One. Kind of like went with
awesome.
it. Yeah, so
hilarious.
Chol wants Sky Full of Stars by Coldplay. So you have an idea of like the difference of like songs that are hyping these guys up. Like it's a whole spectrum, and I love it because I was like, that's how I DJ normally. Like I play everything, so it challenges me because also I'm like, okay, I played this Freed from Desire remix. Let me look for a new one to see if he like recognizes it and stuff. And then last game we were kind of almost celebrating St. Patrick's, so I drop kicks Murphy. So just I don't have restrictions, but just kind of keep it family friendly. It's really I guess a quick answer
with Air Force One. That's hilarious.
That's amazing, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah. The fact that he kind of kept on with what we kind of baptized him with. Yeah,
that's right.
I like his personality though. He's a cool guy. Just in the little bit that I've interacted with him.
I think everybody and every Atlanta United fangirl loves him too.
My wife does. She's seen pictures with him without a shirt on, so she's all about him.
I took a picture of him without a shirt and put my face. I was like, "Here you go. Here's your Juanjo." And she's like, "You ruined it for me." I was like, "Wait, what?" It was like, "It's the same."
That's what I'm doing for Mother's Day. Good idea there.
Yeah. Bring out like a picture, put your face in it. Yeah. I think every Atlanta United husband should do that.
All right, so now you
challenge accepted.
Come to this show and get gift ideas for Mother's Day. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day next year.
Yeah, but yeah, man. So yes and no. You know, just keep it family friendly because we do have kids in there, right? We have. Yeah. We not only have teenagers, we have like young kids that.
Yeah. My 5-month-old at the time, baby girl, was there at the opening day match. Not that she's gonna.
That's amazing.
Like, what is that? But yeah, you got kids all ages, man, and it's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was like, any other questions from the fans that I need to?
Yeah, I mean,
or
we got a handful.
Yeah,
really? I didn't think they will write that many.
No, man. Look, you are
you're a popular guy.
Yeah, you're a very popular guy. While I'm pulling a couple up, quick, just off the top of your head, and it might be pretty obvious, but what was your favorite Atlanta United moment?
You would think is MLS Cup because obviously that's like amazing, but MLS Cup I really didn't appreciate everything because there was so much going on and I was doing that I really didn't enjoy it until like we did the parade on Monday, right?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah.
And Tuesday is when I was like, I was able to like enjoy it, but man, like there's so many, but like my favorite moment was like when I randomly got called to do the Golden Spike.
Yeah.
And that was like Hispanic Heritage. I didn't understand why I was getting asked for. I was like, oh no, yeah, you're part of the team. You're part of the family. And I didn't understand it. And I just did it. And like the response that you guys, the fans were like, who is this guy? And like, you guys were welcoming. And also that match. To me, that match that we played against Club America, because to me, it was the first, get me if I'm wrong, big international team that we played. That it wasn't like a little team; it was a monster team. You're talking about Club America, right?
Yep. Almost half the stadium was Club America fans.
Yeah, and it's like, and it was a heck of a game. Like, it was an amazing, beautiful game. We fought it, we played it. That goal by Lorenowitz.
Dude, that was a thunder strike. I was just about to bring that up, man.
Yeah, so like it was, to me, like, obviously MLS Cup, but to me, like, we just proved that we just had won the cup, right? That was 2019, correct? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The game you're talking about, that was 2019.
Obviously, we didn't have Tata. Miguel wasn't with us, right? Miguel had got left already.
He had dipped out right after the beginning of that year before the season started.
Yeah,
he was gone.
Yeah. We just proved that we just didn't win MLS Cup because we beat only MLS teams. Like, we were high quality team, and I just thought it was amazing.
Yeah,
because it wasn't like Club America brought second team. No, like everybody that needed to play on that game. To me, that was like one of my favorite moments. Then obviously all of 2018, like there's too many. Like even first goal at Bobby Dodd, like I was right there sitting in that corner where Jamil came in, and it was just like when I saw it, I was like, this is the beginning of what probably I've been waiting my whole life since I moved to Atlanta, Georgia in 2002. Like, to love a team this much, right? Just honestly, as a fan, all of that, and then like each season it has its own, and then Joseph's, like I was there with him on the MVP celebrations and all of that.
Yeah.
But also like Joseph's last goal with a team, like to me that was just like, you know how long he's been trying that bicycle kick for? How many seasons?
I know, man. And he finally nailed it.
No, and it wasn't like, so I was looking at somebody tried to like, oh well, Cristiano Ronaldo could do that with eyes closed, and I put both bicycle kicks. Like Joseph was a rocket, like into the goal. Like it wasn't a lob. It was like to me, that was his goodbye. Like, oh, just I enjoy every moment, man. Like even that golazo from Thiago. Like it was like almost like him spending a whole month with Messi. He just just stared at him, and I was like, oh, okay, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
And just kind of like magic. Brought this energy to our first match against Orlando, and Tito scoring that banger. Like we just have so many, but the Club America, that cup, like that match to me was, because I hit the golden spike and it was surreal. I didn't understand it, and then how the match ended and how beautiful it was, and we won. It was just like a perfect day. It was dope.
That's a good shout. I like it. That was a fun match.
Any Greek music coming soon? So
Bruno asking in the chat.
So I got some requests from our boy, but he actually just gave me more house music. So if you guys have anything that I could listen to, just send me a tweet and I'll check it out and I'll see how I can work it out.
Okay. So Yakimakis, he's the house guy.
Yeah. So he remember that first interview that he said that like if the D is not rocking, he put his own headphones. Still haven't seen him put his own headphones. So I think I'm doing a good job. Or the staff is not letting him, so I appreciate the staff not letting him put headphones. But yeah, he said house music, so that was that's why I played kind of like a few house records and stuff like that for him.
Noticed it. I've heard a couple of the bands, and I like it.
So imagine, like I got 11 guys that I have to like please in a 35-minute span.
Yeah,
and including the fans. So it's challenging, right? But I could do it. But yeah, like if you guys have any songs that I should be listening to or you could suggest, definitely, I would love to. And let's say he wasn't Greek and you guys still wanted to hear it, I still try to work it in, right? Like, don't think because we finally have a Greek player, that's why I should play it. No, like I want to actually cater to all of the cultures that we have inside of the stadium. The other day, a fan wrote like, hey, I know we got like the Latinos and stuff, but what about the soca for the Jamaicans? And I was like, that's when I play Follow the Leader.
Yeah.
And stuff like, so the more you guys feed me, the more I'm able to like, play the spectrum, not just only for the players, but for the fans. And sometimes the players are fans of whatever music you guys request. They're just not, doesn't come up in the moment, right? So
Right.
yeah, just don't bombard me like 100 requests on match day. Just like throughout the week, I'll work it, and I make I'll save a tweet, like I'll bookmark it so I could go back to it later and stuff if I'm on the road or something.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So look, man, I don't want to keep you. I want to respect your time, man. We appreciate you coming on.
No, you're good, man. I honestly cleared the night for you guys, and I love talking. So if you guys want to keep going, I can answer more questions.
Like I said,
I
you're
don't know
a
how
popular
long
dude. So
I actually I'm getting on Spotify playlists because there's a fan that he is a coach, and his he's been tweeting at me. I forget his username, but it's coming. Just haven't had a chance to really work on it. And every time I try to record one of the mixes from like me doing it live at the stadium so I could share it later, I completely forgot to hit save. So like I close my computer and I lose the file. So it's just, again, there's a lot of moving pieces, but I could start kind of like what I have an idea of, like maybe each match day kind of upload or put up like what I played for the players or the songs that I played.
That would be pretty sweet.
But then a lot of it will be repeated, right? And there's certain remixes that are not on Spotify. So like, for example, like you'll hear a Pepas at the stadium, but I have like 10 different remixes that I play. So it's just like, it's a matter of like, do you really want to hear Pepas or have Pepas? I'll probably try to add like just the new songs that I kind of did, because I could do it two ways. I could just kind of create a general Spotify playlist, or I could create it per match, right? Like, against Toronto, I play this. Like against Toronto, I didn't play no Drake.
Yeah.
At all. You guys didn't notice that, right?
I like the touch though. That's perfect.
Against New York, when we play New York, which we play next week, there's no New York rappers. There's no Biggie.
I like it.
There's no
it's like a long list though, isn't it?
Yeah, New York, I might ran out of music though.
Just go back to like the 05, 04 Atlanta era. Just get all that.
That's cool. We just go crunk all the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I try to, it's a joke, but also like intentionally like, oh, we're not welcome to Atlanta. There's no Drake right now.
Man. That's awesome. Yeah. I think if you put anything out on Spotify as a playlist, that would probably get eaten up by the fans. I really think so.
I'll try to do that. I honestly remember it's like, this is our third home game and there's so much new stuff. And then honestly, I've been on the road. So like on Saturday, I literally, the night before I played in Auburn, Alabama, woke up, drove to Atlanta to spend 2 hours with my fam real quick, be at the stadium at 3, and I didn't get home till 4 o'clock in the morning to then go be at the Atlanta Motor Speedway at 8 in the morning or 9 in the morning for NASCAR. So it's like,
you down in my neck of the woods with that one, man. That's down where I live at.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I will try my best as much as I can. To be honest, I give you guys as much content as I can, but it's hard, honestly. Sometimes that extra hour, I just want to sleep.
I totally get that.
Well, yeah. Any other question from any other fan?
Well, let me see. Making sure look, there's tons of them, but I mean, we got, unfortunately we got time limits. I will say this. We got somebody asking about let me go find it, about an Animaniacs remix, because we call Yakimakis Yako or Yako from
Animaniacs. From the Animaniacs. I thought I saw somebody did something about Animaniacs. I'll find it if I do.
So we had a guy that listens to the show that does pancake art. And
I saw it.
And did like a Yako from Animaniacs pancake art, and it was freaking amazing.
I could barely do a regular circular pancake without burning it or boiling it.
You have to dump it out, and it ends up burning, and I can't even flip it. Like,
yeah,
this
so
guy's over here making like 3D art with it.
That's very talented. Shout out to him.
So I've got a quick idea. It ain't a request. If you can make something out of it, by all means. But all right, so Giacomakis over in the Premiership in Scotland, they started doing a chant for him based off the 99 Red Balloons song.
Okay.
Or 99 Luftballons. It's a different language. If you can work that in somehow, just to try to get the fans involved with it, that would be sweet. I'll send you the video later of them chanting it to that song because it's pretty cool.
So is it Nina, the artist?
Yeah.
From 1984, the song?
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe is it on YouTube as well?
Yeah, I think
so. I'm on YouTube. Oh, so let me see.
Yeah, because they took the tune to the song and made Giacomakis like a chant for Giacomakis, and he took to it and actually did an interview video. And was like, "Yeah, I like that. That's cool. Keep going." So,
all right, I got it.
Maybe
sweet.
It's done.
Maybe
sweet.
It's done.
That's awesome.
Well, we could I could implement it into a mix, or I could once he wins man of the match or something. But I think the more fans there is, we'll get to it. But yeah, I got it. Challenge accepted, man.
Sweet, man.
Challenge accepted. That's easy. It's very easy.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it. Know that when I hear that song in the bins, I'm gonna be like, I appreciate it.
I'll point to the supporter section and be like, it goes to you.
All right.
But yeah, man. If fans enter any requests or any anything, just throw it at me, and I'm game for the challenge.
You're pretty easy guy to find. I mean, DJ EU on Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah.
Some of your Facebook. All
just
that.
Search it and it'll come up. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got Edgar's in the chat. Says been following you since 2009. So
yeah, that is very true. That's the man. He used to do flyers with my name on them back in the day.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Edgar is good people, man. He didn't grow much. He kind of stayed the same height, but I see him grow. No, man, thank you. Such an honor to be here, man. The fact that you guys had Andrew here and now me, it really means a lot.
Hey, man, you're welcome anytime, first of all. That invite is open for whenever you want to come back. I'll let you know now.
You guys let me know. We could talk some other stuff. I don't know. Or anytime you guys need an extra guest, let me know.
Hey, man, I'll tell you what. Actually, this is a perfect time to throw this out there because we're setting up a Patreon. So for those that are listening, maybe in one of these Patreon episodes, maybe we can get you back on. That's going to be for the Patreon members, and we can kind of chop it up a little bit.
Yeah,
go into some more stuff.
Let me know.
So.
Let me know. But thank you for having me. Big shout out to the best fans in the MLS. Like I always say it, 17s. Thank you so much.
Cool.
And,
appreciate it.
Get this W this weekend.
That's right. Go there and take it away from Columbus.
Yeah, they should be. It should be a good game. But even though we're missing a few of our boys, but
exactly,
it's okay.
Yeah, they come out and do something with this one, and a lot of people are going to be looking back at Atlanta thinking, all right, well,
yeah,
they're back.
Yeah, we back though.
Yeah, we back. You heard it from DJU. Now everybody has been asking, are we back? You said it. It's true.
Man has spoken.
I
can't argue it no more.
And it's not because of our record or anything. It's just honestly the spirit between the boys. Once you have that, it's like you can't break that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Preach it.
You can't break that.
Preaching.
It's all about good
stuff.
All right, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sorry that
appreciate you. Thank you.
45 minutes or an hour.
Dude, not at all, man.
That was fun.
That was awesome. Thank you so much.
You guys have a good one.
See you, man.
See ya.
Later.
Thanks.